Welcome back. I'm your host, Kimon Kotos, and joining me today is Becker from the city of Muskegon. Ann is the city clerk there. And Ann, thank you for joining us. And tell us a little bit more about ways that people can participate or volunteer with the city of Muskegon. There's a lot of activities that are going on in the city, especially during the summer.
We have a lot.
But even on a year-round basis, what are some of the ways that people can get involved as a community?
Well, we have several committees within the city, and I'm always looking for volunteers to serve on those committees. And we have a talent bank application that's available in my office. It's also available on our website again at www.shorelincity.com. I would love for you to get there, download it, fill that out. You get it back to me, and we have lots of openings. I'm sure I can find a spot for you there.
Are there any particular stories that you can think of where people who have maybe really not got involved with the city, who've really become stalwarts, they've been kind of always available? I mean, sometimes you'll find some diehard volunteers who really just...
We do have committee members who have been serving as long as 30 years on their committee. We do have several of those who are just very passionate about what they do and have served for many years, and that's great.
So people can learn from other members
Yes.
of the community who've been around and,
Absolutely.
and really want to be showing their pride in their community.
And then we have others who've only been on a few weeks, so it's perfect. You know, you've got the new and you've got the seasoned people, and together they teach each other, and you learn new ideas from each other.
Yeah, there's always something to learn about where you live.
Yes.
And you know, we face a lot of challenges here, from transportation issues to trying to improve our economy. What are some of the things that you've seen change in terms of the way the city of Muskegon functions? Has it become more lean and efficient in some ways?
Well, we've definitely had to become more lean just because of the economy. I mean, that's a big reason why. So we are trying to consolidate as much as possible, and some services have been reduced because of the economy right now. So there are changes. There's no choice right now.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about in terms of what you see coming up in terms of the city of Muskegon and how we can come together as a community?
Certainly. I do think that we need to all pull together. I think we need to pull our resources together. I think we're going to see a lot more consolidation as we try to get through these tough times, and we'll get through them. We will, and things will turn around eventually, but we've had times like this before where we just have to kind of pull things in, and you might see some consolidation of services or for a time, but once again, things will always come back. I've seen the cycle before, and we'll get through it.
Well, this may be a little in-house, but for those who don't know, do the different departments within the city get together and kind of coordinate their schedules or some of their priorities? Do you have meetings within
Yes.
the city of Muskegon?
We do have a lot of meetings within the city and with individual departments, and so that we can communicate and we can keep abreast of what everybody else is doing and help each other out whenever possible. And I have to say, our departments are really good at coming forward and helping each one out. So if we see that somebody else needs help, we're there for them.
So as a city clerk, do you help to coordinate some of that internal memorandum so that everybody's on the same page? You have a city newsletter?
We do have a city newsletter, yes. We have the channel that we send out on a quarterly basis. So I will send out, and I already have actually, sent out a notice to all of our departments saying that now is the time, so please send me any information you want to get out to the community, and I'll help you to do so. So they'll send it to me, and then we'll put it in a nice format, and then it's my job to make sure I get it out to as many residents as possible, and we put it on our website. We're really into the electronics because it saves us money to do so too, and we also give them to Hackley Library for people who go there, any of those other establishments. We put them out in our hallway as well. But usually I try to help the other departments by communication. When they have a new program or something, trying to put them on the Simply Muskegon. There's also a radio station that I can schedule people to be on once a month. There's a program there that gives them a great opportunity to put them on that radio station. So
what is that station?
It's the WGBSU is the Grand Valley station that they've got over there, and they've got I think it's a What's Up Muskegon program that they so that's really interesting, and so they've been just wonderful working with us as well.
And does the Chronicle also have a regular rapport with you?
And the Chronicle is, yes, they do. We have a permanent Chronicle reporter, Dave Alexander, and he's just been really good to work with. When we do have press releases, we send them to him, and when he hears of information, he contacts us, and he stops in often on a regular basis, and we can have that time to discuss with him what's going on in city politics, and he's at all of our meetings too, which really helps because he's up to date and informed.
Well, when I've come to City Hall, I often see notices for different committees that are meeting
Yes.
during the course of the week, as well as job listings.
Yes.
So that may be part of your department as well, to highlight some of the jobs that are offered by the City of Muskegon.
All of the departments, what their responsibility is to get those notices to us. It's our responsibility to make sure that they're properly displayed, and we keep them under lock and key, because some of those are actually, and that's one of the things, the notices are by law have to be up there, and that's why they come through our office, because then we make sure that they're there and they're under lock. But yes.
So if someone's coming to find out about a job with the City of Muskegon, or they hear about an opening, do they file their applications with the clerk's office?
They would actually go to civil service, which is on the
Okay.
second floor, and that's where they would go. But if there was an opening, it would be in our display case when they walked in on the first floor. But they are certainly welcome anytime to go up to the second floor and check for any additional job openings too.
Well, and this may be an unusual subject to cover, but could you identify for the public whether the city clerk is an elected or an appointed position?
It is an appointed position. So I am actually hired by the city commissioner. So I technically have 7 bosses. And then really I have my city manager too, who I report to. So I consider that I have 8 bosses. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that the county clerk is an elected position,
Yes.
but I have to admit, I live in Fruitland Township, so I didn't have to have a weigh in on that particular issue. But I just wanted people to know, because sometimes they wonder, you know, with government, there are a certain amount of appointed positions.
Yes.
There are people who are hired through civil service, and there are the people who are elected to some positions. What are some of the other departments that people should know about that really have a lot more communication with the public, like leisure services and other things?
Right now, Leisure Service is a very important department to us because they have all of our summer recreation programs. They have a swimming program going on right now that you can call Leisure Services and find out more about that. And if you call our office, we can certainly transfer you to that department at 724-6705. They also have a parks program right now where you can go there for the day, and you can get lunch there, and you can make arts and crafts, and they have lots of fun things for the kids to do right there. We have a basketball program. So it's a great department to get a hold of. And they also have discount tickets to Michigan Adventure that you can purchase in Cedar Point. So it's very, very helpful.
Oh, good. And I noticed at City Hall there's a list of spring and summer festivals and programs going on throughout the city.
We have a lot of festivals going on right now. You know, of course, we have Taste of Muskegon that's happening right now. We have Muskegon Summer Celebration happening just in next week. And then we have Muskegon Bike Time coming. We have the Moose Festival. What other ones do we have? We've got the Irish Festival, Unity Festival. We are a festival community. We have a lot of festivals, and we're very proud and happy of those.
And we have Labor Day parades.
Yeah,
and
we have all the
day.
parades. Yes, we have lots of those too. And we have other festivals besides all of those as well that are in the mix as well.
And if people are wanting to find out about communicating, you know, taking the Clipper, or how to
Yes.
get around and about the region.
Lake Express, yes,
Lake
we can
Express.
definitely help you. We can give you some information on that, and they've got a wonderful website too that we can direct you to.
So are you seeing responses from people who've come in for Unity Festival or Summer Celebration, either with a group or a neighboring area that want to maybe locate here in Muskegon?
We have gotten some wonderful feedback from people who have never been here before, who came in because of a certain festival and can't believe everything that our community has to offer when they see our lake shore and how beautiful it really is here, and who have talked about, you know, moving here and seeing our wonderful condos that we have available. And it's a great retirement community that we have established, as well as, you know, for new families and young families to come in. We have a great school district too. So we've gotten some wonderful feedback.
Well, what are some of the things that are also distinguishing Muskegon and the West Michigan region as a destination?
I think the biggest part for us, of course, is the fact that we offer so many wonderful festivals, and I think we're an expert at holding festivals. We have a lot of experience here. If you go down there, you'll see that it is just very well organized, every one of them. We have the great parking, the great resources, volunteers. People in Muskegon are just wonderful volunteers. We normally do not have any problem getting volunteers to work these festivals. And of course, our just beautiful lake shore. I mean, it's just, if you drive along and seeing that lake and our beaches, we've got the Clean Beach Award. It's been that way for several years now. We've received this award. It's just a blue wave Clean Beaches Award. That's just a phenomenal. I've talked to people who've been to Hawaii, to been to the Caribbeans, and said there's no beach like Muskegon's beach here. It's just beautiful.
Well, and that's something to be proud of. That as people, as we invite our friends or relatives to come to West Michigan,
Right.
we have a lot to offer.
Yes, we do.
And even the whole parameter of the city of Muskegon joins in with the county as a whole to make a great place for, because as you mentioned, we have Muskegon Adventure, we have all kinds of summer activities.
Right.
So hopefully when people come in, we want them to stay in Muskegon and be able to get around town and get to explore the community.
Yes.
All right. Was there any other thing you'd like to talk about in terms of your hopes for the future?
My hopes for the future, I want to see Muskegon continue to grow. I like to see our downtown area and the rest of just flourish, and the businesses to move in, and I think that over time it's going to happen. I think we are going to be a tourism destination, and I think that's the direction that we're heading into, and I think we have a lot of things to offer people, and people are starting to notice.
Well, I can tell you, it's been really great being here in Muskegon and getting to discover the things about this community that I didn't know before I came to live here. And so I'm glad you're a big part of it. And we'd like to thank Ann Becker for joining us today and encourage you to get involved and come and get to know the city of Muskegon and all that we have to offer.